I decided I wanted to make some improvements to the front spoiler on my Spitfire. As you can see, there's been overspray on this from previous ownership, actually from the original owner. This spoiler is supposed to be flat black or non-painted from the factory. It's an ABS blow molded spoiler. So in any case, you can see that there is some color on it. I want to remove that. I don't want to damage the underlying plastic, and you can see that there's a bit of a pebbled type of a effect here. I don't want to affect that either. As you can see, it's been oversprayed with Carmine red and also sprayed over with the black to cover up the Carmine red. So I'm going to strip that all off. And I got a couple of surprises when I took the spoiler off. One of them was the bolt used to bolt it in was the wrong thread form. It's a number 10 bolt, but it was a 1024. The hole size is actually a 1032. So when I took the bolt out, as you can see, it snapped, and I had to drill the small portion off. So I'm gonna have to run a tap through there, clean up the threads, but I think it's salvageable. And the other thing that was kind of a surprise was you can see these bolts here. If I flip over the spoiler, you can see those things were kind of like inset into the spoiler to hold it in place. So obviously those broke off. I've got a solution for that. I'm actually going to use just hardware store toggle bolts to put those in. You're never going to see it. It'll probably actually be stronger than original. So I'll walk you through the process of what I'm going through here. To strip off the old paint without damaging the underlying plastic, I'm going to use a citrus based stripping gel. It takes a little bit longer, but it does a pretty decent job of taking the paint up. So that's what I'm going to use. I'll show you the application. It usually takes about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes for it to pull everything up. I'm going to do it in small steps so I don't get a big mess here. I've got time, so it doesn't bother me. The other thing I'm going to do is in the back, in the holes here, I'm going to have to drill it a little bit deeper, but or a little bit bigger of a hole. But what I'm going to do is I've taken the screw and I've turned it around so that the screw head is going to be on the inside. And when I get this drilled to a bigger diameter, I'm going to insert that into the spoiler and then let it expand. Then I'm going to put another bolt or a nut on this side to hold it in place, and then this part of the toggle bolt will then go through the frame and be bolted from the other side. So I think I'll have a good way of doing this. It's not factory, but you're never going to see it, so I really don't care. It's a quick, easy, cheap solution. I'll apply the stripper with a chip brush, then I'll scrape it off with a plastic scraper. I don't want to dig into the plastic at all, so the plastic scraper will be perfect. And then I will rub off using basically a 000 3M pad to get into the crannies that the scraper can't get into. Okay, again, just note that there's a red tinge in here. I've already used the stripper on this section to get most of the black paint off, and I saw this underneath it. That's the reason why I got the 3M pads, because the plastic just wasn't getting underneath there. All right, so let me just apply this. I'm just going to essentially pour it in place and then move it around with the chip brush. It should be about 1/16 of an inch thick. And then I just let it sit for 30 minutes or so. So that should do it. And again, I'm just going to do this in sections because this stuff gets pretty messy. Now, it is possible to do the whole thing, and then the instructions on the bottle say to cover in plastic, you know, like saran wrap or something like that. That sounds great in theory. I don't think I want to do that. All right, so we'll let this sit, and we'll get it all stripped off here. All right, this has been sitting for about 30 minutes. I'm just gonna scrape this stuff off. I'm not getting as much paint flakes this time as I did last time. All right, now I'm going to use some rags just to wipe it off. There, that's good. Indication it's working. See that? You probably ought to wear gloves when you do this. All right, now I'm gonna take out one of the 3M pads and just go over it. And this isn't going to take any material off. Just get, at least not the base material. You should get some of the paint off. And hopefully any of the stuff that's stuck in the grains. Yeah, good. All right, I'm going to go rinse this under a sink, and we'll see if we got any of that red haze out of the grains. I'll be right back. All right, so I got it out of the sink here. Still a little wet. I'm just going to dry it off. Look at that. So no red haze anymore. So everything is out. I may do it a couple of times here just to make sure I get everything, but that's how this is going to work for the rest of it. I am going to do the back side here just to show you how it works on the red. Hopefully you can see that. And so I'm going to run that on this corner and finish this corner, and then I'll move on to the rest. And I'll show you the results of the whole thing at the end. All right, so you can see it's coated. 30 minutes from now, it won't be looking like this. All right, so there's the back side. Still a little bit of discoloration here. Maybe a little bit here. I'll put a second coat of the stripper on here. This is the back side of the spoiler, so it's not going to matter as much, but I do like to have as clean of a part as possible. This side I'm real happy with. This looks pretty good too. At least the red tint is pretty much gone. So I'm going to run the citrus through the rest of the spoiler here and show you when it's completely done before I start putting the toggle bolts in. All right, the front is covered except for the corner I've already done. We'll let that sit for a little while. That'll probably just be the first application. All right, that's the look I'm looking for. It's the natural plastic color. It's not perfect, but there's no hints of red anywhere. There are some blemishes, but man, it's been on the car since 1977. So I'm good with it. All right, next thing to do is to put the bolts back in the back. All right, so I've drilled the hole out here a little bit just in order to get the toggle bolt in. I've got two washers. One of them will fit in that hole. The other will hold the nut in place. So I'm sticking this in. There, now it's in place. I'm going to hopefully not drop it. And now I will center it and put the screw on. And the nut. The nut will then just hold it in place hold the toggle bolt in place inside the part, so it doesn't come out. It'll allow for a little bit of movement, and that's it. So the toggle bolt's in there. When I put the spoiler onto the cross member, it's going to go through the hole. I'll put another screw on, or another nut on the other side, hold it in place with a lock washer. So I'll do the same thing on the other hole here. Just basically drill it out. All right, that should do it. That's a nice clean hole. And I'll put the other toggle bolt in, but that's the approach. All right, these are the fasteners I'm going to use to reattach the spoiler. I've got a number 10 32 screw with a number 10 washer and a lock washer, and that's going to go into the threaded hole on the front of the car. And then the middle ones here, I've got the toggle bolt in. This is a number 8 screw holding it in. I've got the toggle bolt being held in with a washer and a number 8 nut. I've got another number 8 nut, and when I put this in, I'm going to have this washer against the inside of the frame, and it's going to be held in place with the number 8 nut, and it'll be the same on both sides of the spoiler. All right, we're looking at the driver's side of the car, US version driver's side. This hole is going to line up with that. It's tapped. It's a 1032 tap, and then the toggle bolt contraption I put together is going to fit in here, and actually the nut, the number 8 nut, is going to go right through that, and that's the reason why I'm using a thick washer. So this washer will be on the other side, holding that in. I'm going to assemble this off camera, and I'll get everything lined up, and then I'll start putting it together. Okay, I've got all the bolts lined up and put in place, so I'm just going to slowly pull these together here. Okay, that's it on this side. I'll tighten it up a little bit more. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and then I'll show you what it looks like from the inside when I put that part together. All right, so here's the driver's side toggle bolt coming through. I had to add a 3/8 inch washer so that the number 10 washer can fit on top of that and hold it in. The nut was extending through the the frame. So I'll put that in. I just wanted to show you what the 3/8 inch washer looked like. And then over the other one is behind, I can't see it on the video. Oh, there it is. It's behind the horn. So you aren't going to be able to see that very well. But I'll show you what this will look like when it's done, and it'll be the same on the other side. All right, so that's the way they look on the inside. I moved the horn, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do with that now. Let's take a look at the front. Well, I think that looks pretty good. The spoiler's got a nice uniform finish on it, and it's lined up consistently. Got a nice even gap across the bottom there. I painted the screw head and washers with some black Plastidip I had sitting around, so they don't show up like they did before. So it looks pretty good. I think the next thing I'm going to look at doing is cleaning up the grill. So that'll probably be my next take it off and clean it up project. Hope you enjoyed this.